What's halal food? Have you ever asked that question? Have you seen that sign on a front of a restaurant that says, hey, halal food is served here? What's halal? Halal basically means permissible. And when it's halal food, it means permissible food. So why does food need to be permissible in Islam? So a main thing here is that, first and foremost, you have to remember when you slaughter an animal, it needs to be invoked the name of God before it. La ilaha illallah, in the name of God. A Christian, a Jewish person, or a Muslim person can do it. It needs to be someone of a mature age that's slaughtering the animal. And again, the animal needs to be healthy and alive and well. And you have to do it with a blade to the neck and jugular so that the blood pours out of the neck. And one simple cut of the blade. Why? Because again, when the blood drains this way, there's less form of disease. The animal is more cleanly after. And it is the least painful method of slaughtering the animal. People tend to think, wait, but why don't you stun it and then slaughter and then this? But there's so many steps in where the animal is going to feel pain. We understand that you're invoking the name of God before this because you understand it's a sacrifice of a meal for your sustenance. And again, there's a sense of relationship with the animal. No matter how you kill it, Muslim people will not eat pork. Pork is haram. Right? It is not a permissible food to eat. Alcohol and other intoxicants are also not allowed. So for example, if something has alcohol in it, like sometimes some soy sauces do, or different types of gelatins that are in gummy candy. So we're not allowed to eat those as well. Also, a big part of this is no cross-contamination. So halal food, a food that was slaughtered Islamically, should not be also cross-contaminated with other food that isn't. So again, it's a clean one-type process. So eating halal food is just a clean process to make meat and to eat food and to eat meat. Because again, nowadays, this contamination in all the industry we see in the meat industry is awful. Seafood is considered to be halal. Besides things that aren't considered fish, but again, this is a bit more debatable. Some products as well need to have the halal certification, right? Where you get it through your government, you get it through a Islamic organization that certifies that, hey, this is zabiha halal versus just halal. Zabiha halal is mean that, yes, it's through the blade. And essentially, all halal should be zabiha. Another important thing is the having ethical treatment of the animal. So nowadays, animals are packed in so tight in all these different chicken huts and beef and all these different things. But as a Muslim and as an Islamic mindset, the animal needs to be ethically treated. Why? Because that is an animal that you're raising. There's a connection to it. And again, to have it raised ethically makes it better. I watched a documentary recently and it was about how China makes sure they cut the nails of the cows so that they produce a higher quality of milk, which means that the more you take care of the animal, the better it is the nutrients that you're going to get from the animal. But nowadays, we know what the industry is like. It is awful. And some things I wanted to talk about is me personally living in America, it's a lot harder sometimes to find restaurants that just serve halal. For example, if you go to a McDonald's, right? You go to an Olive Garden, you go to any of these restaurant chains that you see around your area. Do they serve halal? No. But if they served halal, they'd have more people going into it. The quality of the meat would be better. People will get sick less from these animals. But you don't find that anymore. Again, because not the standard in these countries. When you go to Muslim countries, everything is halal. It's going to be halal. Even where there's 10% Coptic Christians in Egypt, but everyone eats halal regardless. And they get that. And that's a good thing. Because again, regardless, it's halal food. It just means it's healthier for you. It means it's better. It means it was killed properly. It means it was invoked with the name of God before it. How could that be worse for you than what we see nowadays, where animals are getting stun-gunned first, then killed, which again lowers the quality of the meat. And a couple things I wanted to post to you guys that you guys can comment about and talk about is mass killing animals halal? So say you do it zabiha, say you do it with the blade. Animal doesn't see the blade, right? But sometimes I noticed that during holidays or Eids, people do this mass slaughtering of them where it's like in a row, it's like next, next, next. And it kind of sounded me the wrong way where I was thinking, is this really halal now? Because you got animals lined up ready to die and I'm sure they know they're ready to die. They smell blood, they can see it happening because they're not stupid. Animals are intelligent. So in my head, I was thinking, even in a Muslim country, even if you do it that way, is it theoretically halal? And that's a question I wanted to pose to you guys. You guys can talk about in the comments. Another thing I want to talk about is I remember watching a documentary about Germany and halal certifications in Germany, how you could pay for them. Isn't it interesting that you could now pay for these certifications and then not serve halal? So again, in different countries, it's becoming harder to make sure you're eating halal. And again, it's even harder because nowadays, how many people just have 2 goats, 2 sheep, 2 cows in their backyard ready to slaughter? Not many, right? All in all, that is what halal food is. And again, something I personally believe is halal food is cleaner, it's better, it's healthier for you. And if you have the opportunity to order halal food, even if you're not Muslim, I highly recommend it. So again, thank you guys again for tuning into another one of the episodes that I talk about a lot of Muslim or spiritual content. I love doing this and it's a part of my life and I love sharing this with you guys. If you guys have anything in the comments you guys want to learn about or talk about, please feel free to comment about it and I'd love to have a discussion with you guys. So again, please be sure to like, subscribe, share this to all your friends. Again, YouTube likes when you guys like the video. So I would love that. Thank you guys again. I'll see you guys next week.